Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Fallout 4 Spectacle Island Settlement Tour. I know you guys have been waiting a long time for this, and honestly I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm very excited to have finally gotten it to a point where I'm happy to call it done, and I'm ready to show you guys around, so let's do it. So here we are on the dock. And if we look over this way, we can see the castle. Kind of low res castle because we're very far away, but there you go. And here we can see some Minutemen dropping off some supplies. And if you guys have seen my castle tour, then you know there is a dock on that side. We will continue along the dock. And then we'll come back around to have a look in this building up there. I'm sure you guys saw the intro, so you guys kind of know what to expect. But this place is massive and it took a long time to build. A long time. We have some boats coming in, some guards keeping watch. Up here we have a tavern or a saloon. With some patios, patio chairs and whatnot out front. So we'll head on inside, where we're greeted by the bartender. And it looks like he has some customers. Quite a back-end type of saloon, I'd say. Maybe where the sailors come and get a drink after a long trip, or before they head out again. You can see an artillery placement up there. It's quite common on the island. You'll see a few of those to help protect the borders. Over here we have a boat that came all the way, well, some NCR controlled area, and we have a NCR Ranger. So the NCR are getting in an alliance with the Minuteman. You guys might see more of that in the future. We can see some very lush looking vegetation on this side of the island. This has been untouched by the Minuteman. This is originally, in my headcanon, the type of vegetation which grew on the island here. And around the other side we'll see more of a Commonwealth look. Obviously more in the future with the greenery and whatnot. And we can see the hub flowers, definitely more of a Commonwealth vibe over there. You can hear the waves crashing onto the dock here, so we'll head along back to where we started. Of course, little Easter egg, you have to have them hidden around. And we'll head up to the power generation and warehouse. We have a Protectron there. Give you guys a closer look at the artillery emplacement here. The trees have been chopped down around it, except for this one, I guess, to give it a better firing view, I guess, so they don't hit anything while they're firing. Okay, heading on up here, we have a radio communication to communicate with all the other settlements. As you know, it is pretty isolated out here on the island all by itself. So we'll head on into the warehouse, where a lot of just random junk and supplies is kept, to be honest. Kind of things that they bring on into the island and they just get stored here before they're processed and used for whatever they're meant for. Probably mostly just scrap and whatnot. Here's where most of the power comes from for the settlement. So it's quite a large generator which they fixed up. You have a back door there. And another back door over here. So we'll head out this one. Try not to spoil too much. We have a guard there keeping watch. So we'll head back around. And while we head to the next area, may as well mention Starfield, which we all know is just around the corner, which I'm very excited for. And if you guys are interested in seeing me do some outpost and shipbuilding in Starfield, then definitely leave a comment. I'd love to hear you guys' feedback on that, and I'd be definitely pretty keen to dig into Starfield and make some content for you guys, similar to my content here on Fallout 4. But I don't think the Fallout 4 content will go anywhere. I will probably keep making Fallout 4 content, unless Starfield is just amazing and I'm can't put it down, but we'll see. Okay, so that was the dock area, where most of the people arrive on the island and supplies get brought in that were sent out. So here we have a little shack on the water for someone to stay in. And along here is a bit of a slummy area. So this side of the island is much poorer, and the further we get that way, the more, I guess, richer the residents become, as you guys will see. This is pretty bare bones. They pretty much just have only what they need and or what they can get. Like for example, in here, this is pretty pretty sad. A lot of junk out here, a lot of trash just put out here. Someone's sleeping on a couch there. They will be tonight. Little no man's land there. And then this leads back down to the saloon. And we will take the pathway up here, which leads to the lighthouse, which does get used by the Minutemen to help guide in the ships. And it also gives quite a good view, which I'll head up there later and show you guys that. Here we have the farmland. Now they have greenhouses over there, which you guys can see. And they have the farmland here. A cornfield here. Settler working on it. Looks like some wild corn's kind of sprouted out away from the farm a bit. And then down here we have a quite a large razor grain field as well. So they've kept this area clear, nice for farming. Room for expansion. As you can see, my frames are pretty good. Some areas it does dip quite a bit, like right now it just went to 25 frames. But I mostly sit on 60, depending on where I am in the settlement. Here we have a nice little trailer which a couple of people have made home. Statue there which they probably took on a ship. Probably weighed it down a fair bit, but there you go. Along here we have a bit of a boardwalk. And down here, this was the first thing I ever built on the island. It's this walkway here and these couple of houses. I wanted to utilize, you can see these little slots of land. They're kind of all around the place on the edge of the island. I wanted to use every nook and cranny that I could, so that was my first inspiration, I guess, for the settlement. Here we have a Minuteman enthusiast or patriot living here. They've got their own little garden, quite self-sustainable. Got some water here for the residents along this boardwalk. It's a little power generation that they're getting up and running. And here is quite a cozy looking home. Speaking of cozy homes, I'm just going to have a nap for 1 hour to hopefully, yeah, we just heard that, reset all the NPCs on their positions. Just cooking up lunch for everyone. Okay, we'll head back to the boardwalk here, where we can see here a house being constructed, the for sale sign up. It needs to be taken down though, as this fella's bought it. Now, we have 3 choices here. We can head that way, we can head to the trading district, or we can head up here. I'll head this way first, with more residential, and although it is the apocalypse, yep, we'll just let you figure that out for yourself if you can figure that out, if you're old enough to. Here we have another little cozy house. The resident there. Carrot farm. And a patio here. Kind of reminds me of like a barbecue spot. You can come and have a nice barbecue with the community. Up here we have the mega surgery. Well, not exactly, but it kind of gives a hint to what's being sold here. Some meds, some chems. This was actually a suggestion from one of my friends, so thanks to him for that. Here we have a little hut where the community can come and sit down at night. I imagine this is quite a tribal thing. People come and sit in here, sit in the ground and have their little gatherings. Potato field up here. Some potatoes out. Drying here. Dried potatoes. Okay, up here we have a Minuteman Bunker. And another artillery outpost. Or emplacement. Again, good view. Above all the trees, so palm trees here. It's not going to be firing back on the settlement, so it doesn't need to worry about that way. Got a man there manning it. Down here we have the bunker, which is where the Minutemen store their military supplies for this settlement, as obviously they need to make sure they're stocked up in case of an attack. So as we can see, these guys are definitely ready for whatever's going to come. Terminal there to make sure everything's in order. Nothing's been stolen. Okay, we'll head back down this way. Another little RV there. Am I missing anything? I'm kind of thinking I'm going to miss some things and have to go back to show you guys, but it should be okay, hopefully. This area leads around to another gunner platform. We're actually going to head up here first, though. So this is where the more wealthy residents live. I guess like the mayor and his family of the island. I'm not quite sure. You can make up your own headcanon to fill that slot. In here we have a greenhouse. And another greenhouse over this side. It's quite a large island, so they need to make sure they have enough food to keep everyone fed, and obviously have a bit of an economy. They have a barn over there, just where they store supplies and whatnot. I think very interesting over there, but I think it fits. Now up here we have the main residence, with the doors left wide open. Lucky it is a lovely day. So this place is being quite restored. A lot of effort has been put into this place to restore it. Man here working on the oven, trying to get it going. The owner there having a chat. Here we have a lady cleaning up what could be a kid's bedroom in the future. Heading up here to the hallway. They have quite a nice sunroof and a balcony here where they can look out to the settlement. A laundry and a bathroom in here. and a bedroom. Pretty nice stuff. Kept very clean, very neat. Is the beautiful Spectacle Island flag. There's a Minuteman cannon underneath. Show their support to the Minutemen. Got a nice view out there to a hotel, which I'll show very shortly. Very similar to the kind of like a minimized version of the Abernathy farm build I did of Tenpenny Tower. A darker one though. It's a anyway. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. So let's head on back outside. An old oil tower there, which was left here pre-war. Lovely guard rays from the trees. They have a very nice garden down here with a gardener there. So I guess we'll head down here next. And we'll head on through here, which is another emplacement. I think this is the last emplacement. The artillery. More supplies, turrets, guards, what you'd expect from a thing like this. Again, quite open. Do have some trees here, however, but they have a pretty good view of anything coming in. Any enemy boats or whatever, really. It's the Fallout universe. It could be anything, right? A man here. Ooh, we have a crashed satellite and a man trying to get the solar panels working on that. It looks like he's kind of getting it working because this sign's on. Okay, so yeah, we're back around to here. If you recognize this spot on the other side of the farms. Okay, so now we're left with two choices. We could go down there. I think we'll go this way first, which leads into the trading district, or the market. Don't worry, we'll head along there on the way back. So heading on through here, we have some trucks, obviously broken down trucks, selling some general supplies and whatnot. Some people set up some little shops here to catch the potential customers as they come on to the main shops right there. But before we head up there, we'll have a look at this, which is, in my eyes, it's kind of like the, oh, what's that place called in Diamond City? The Power Noodles. Kind of like that, but on, you know, more of a beachy vibe. Post-apocalyptic beachy vibe. Will we get lucky for the video? No. It did autosave right as I did it, which was interesting. Okay, we'll head up here now to the main shopping district. Or the main, yeah, I guess shopping district. So here we have the general store. There's 3 on each side. Really nice middle centerpiece here. So we'll head on into the general store. Pretty general store, as you'd expect. Being a general store. So, they did chop down a lot of trees on this island, so this guy's got a lot of wood he needs to sell. So he's advertising that. Okay, we'll head on back out to the path here and head along to the weapons shop. We have a fella here tending it. Again, guns on the ground as usual, because NPCs like to do that. But there you go. Plenty of weapons in stock. Nothing really crazy, you know. It's not selling fat men or anything, but your average settler would definitely do well with one of these. We've got a plasma rifle down there and some rockets and mini nukes. Alright. Kind of speed on through these. We have the armor store Lots of armor on display. The frames are dropping a fair bit here. We have a little trailer down here, which we'll get to once we have a look over this side. Actually, we'll look at that first. It makes sense to look at this first. A little home for someone. Maybe it's the weapons guy and the armorer lives here. So have a bit of a tinkering station. Maybe it's a railroad agent. Chucking down a Mila to spy on the island. Make sure nothing shady's going on. Okay, we'll head along over here to the one of the clothing stores. The more fancier clothing store. Oops. Where they sell... oh yeah. Your clean pre-war type of stuff. As you'd expect. Oh, keep doing that. Oh, I'm doing it again. Okay. Now here we have the not so fancy, but still reasonable clothing store. The lady's not at her post. She must be on lunch break. See, she's quite into her reading material. Lots of Wastelander clothes, and you know, that's a pretty nice yellow trench coat there, so we do sell some nice things here. And the last one, of course, is the chem store. Guess he acts as a doctor as well for everyone. He's got everything laid out really nice. This is all of his stock. Things behind the counter. So I've got a mysterious serum there. Okay. So that is the main shopping district. And where to next? I guess we'll save the hotel till last. Yeah, no, we'll do the hotel now. We'll do the hotel now. I'm trying to figure out a route that works. You know, because we need to go back that way, but I also need to show you guys stuff down that way. So this is quite reminiscent of my 10 penny tower build. Obviously not as massive, because if I built that thing in this settlement, let's just say my game would have crashed 21 minutes ago. I think we would have lasted maybe a minute. So yeah, we have the reception area here. The hallway in. Heading on up. Now all of these rooms, you know, they're hotels, so they're basically all the same. I'll show one and I'll show the top one so we can have a look at the view. But it's what you'd expect from a nice apocalyptic hotel room. Obviously this is a long time after the main events of Fallout 4, so they have the ability to clean furniture and rebuild their own furniture from scratch. So yep, this one's the same. Legitimately the exact same. I'm a bit crazy. I'm a bit crazy. This one's the same. It's almost like I didn't even go up a stair, right? And then this is the last one. The penthouse. But this one has a beautiful view. I really like this view. It's really nice. You can even see the top of the lighthouse there. It's getting quite dark, isn't it? I think we'll tough it out. Give you guys it might give you guys a bit of a different look on the settlement. And I'm back down to the bottom. Hopefully that isn't making you guys dizzy. Alright. Alright. So, now I'll take you guys on the third option which we had. But we'll go backwards. We'll go from this way. An old shipping container uses a walkway. A toilet over there. Kind of secluded. But, you know, it's the apocalypse. You got to make do. In here, just a Wastelander's home. You know, it doesn't look like much, but to a Wastelander, this is everything. This is all they've got. Pretty much. Oh, I didn't show this, did I? See, I'm already missing stuff. We have a little house here. Just got constructed. There's supposed to be a man in there, but full like NPCs can't be trusted. And here we have a bus which has been turned into a home by a settler. Junk and everything laid around. Painting there. We have another doctor here who isn't at his post, but again, I'm not surprised. Now, the number of settlers here, I'm pretty sure there's 50 to 60. Somewhere... Oh, hello. Somewhere between that range. Not sure the exact number, but... Okay, we'll head back along the walkway here. Nice little fishing spot. Warwick over there. If you haven't seen my build of that, I recommend checking it out. It's a fun one. In here. Now, this is supposed to be a wall, but every time I come here, another wooden plank is missing. I have no idea why. At one point, though, anyway. Yeah, just Fallout things. You come to get used to these things. But this guy is quite a important part of the island as he sits here with his sniper rifle. The guy who lives here, I should say, and he keeps a really good eye on this part. I mean, people could go under the water and sneak up, but I think there's 14 heavy armored guards here, so I think they'll be okay. Nice little tunnel here. Or bridge. Tunnel bridge. This connects back up to this area. Yeah, you'll see things kind of load in and out. That's just Spectacle Island. It has 3 different cells which load individually. So yeah, you can't really do anything about that. And there might be a mod, I'm unsure. But yeah, we have a fire pot there. Right, what would you call it? Just a pot over fire, sorry, not a fire pot. Okay. The dock there. I'm trying not to miss anything. Ramen there, trying to drink some water or something. Nice little home here with a rabbit hanging out front. You can get a good little view here. Interesting view. Just your wastelandy home. Oh, someone needs to do some cleaning. They've got some fungus growing there. Hey lady, you need to do your housework. What's she looking at? Spying on someone. Even got some seaweed growing up from the water. Wow. Okay, that's that little place, little nook. It is getting dark, but we're just gonna roll with it. Bit of a different atmosphere for you guys. And we'll head on to this part of the island, which I showed briefly at the start of the tour. I thought I was going quite quickly through this, but apparently not. We're already half an hour in. I didn't want it to quite be half an hour long. But hey ho, what are you going to do? It's a bloody big island. It is a big island. There's not a whole lot you can do about that. Alright, heading along the walkway here. I just wanted to come from this direction as it just works better, I feel. Hey, ranger dude. Some rowboats here. We can see Kingsport Lighthouse all the way down there, I believe. So maybe some boats go all the way out there and bring supplies in and whatnot. It's safe, you know. Much safer than traveling through the Commonwealth. So here we have more power generation, which apparently isn't working because that light bulb isn't on. Although there is light, so what's going on with that bug? We have a lot of water being stored here, ready to be taken out by boat to other settlements, as they have quite a decent little water purification here. As we can see, these ones are clean, so they're much more efficient. They can come on this walkway here and do some repairs if they need. I really like this part of the island with the palm trees. Now, of course, it is quite dark, but again, we're just going to roll with it. Okay, now if we look this way, believe it or not, but that rock is not usually there. I placed that rock, and for a reason, I wanted to have a kind of like a natural guard post. So there's supposed to be a guard there, and there's supposed to be a guard up here, but I think we saw him walking somewhere down there. It's probably a bit late. Everyone's heading off on their from their duties, heading home for the day. So we have quite a nice view up here on this side of the island. Again, there's usually a guard standing here. Alright guys, that is my Spectacle Island build. Well, pretty much. I've probably missed a thing here or there, but hey ho, what are you going to do? I mean, video's already half an hour long. So if you guys liked it, make sure to like it and subscribe if you're new. If you guys want to support me further, you can become a channel member. Of course, you don't have to do this, but it does help. As we can see, I have missed something over here behind the hotel here. You can see a nice little fountain. The residents can come out and enjoy some fresh air. So yeah, again, thank you all very much for watching and for your patience. I know it was quite a long wait for this one, and I hope it was worth it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope I showed you guys something completely different that you've never seen before. The tropical look. So yeah, thanks guys. Now if you do want to see me play some Starfield and make some Starfield content, definitely let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear you guys' feedback on that. I'll probably do it anyway, but it would be good to know what you guys think of that. So thank you all for watching. Have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care guys.